Well, I think it was a bit of both. Clients is obviously always looking for exposure and to highlight the situation of wildlife in South Africa, and they did furnish us with statistics. There wasn't a brief in as much as there needs to be a print ad or a TV ad. They were like, this is the situation, what can we do?
Well, I suppose it led off the fact that the client's main objective was to bring the statistics to life so that they can compile as many statistics as they want. But as we all know, people are bombarded by stats. So what would make people sit up and pay attention to the statistics that the EWT was producing? And so that was where the seed of the executions came from, was how do we bring statistics to life? And it obviously became the campaign through the animals behind those statistics, and those animals gave the stats life.
Yeah, it's almost more about the white space that hasn't been filled, that it just stops, the blocks don't just end, and basically the cleanness of it is very effective. Like, it's straightforward.
The idea kind of determined the art direction, so it's not over art directed, it's the right art direction for the idea, which is basically there's not a lot of these animals left, and how do you show that in the best way, which is obviously by showing a very sparse page. It's only being used in South Africa at the moment.
Yeah.
But they've done a couple of things.
I mean, we were fortunate enough to join with Lint over Easter because of the riverine rabbit. There was a natural link there, so we joined with them in 2 exhibitions, I think it was.
Yeah.
Where we tried to rally support for the riverine rabbit. And the posters went up there, and then we also got into an educational program through Synstidians, where we could showcase the posters, and we've been approached by 1 or 2 institutions that want to use the posters as educational material. I know they've mentioned taking it overseas, but not yet.
There was talk of doing digital. I think we just have to see.
It's always a question of funding
forward, yeah.
as well. The idea lends itself to it. You know, bringing statistics to life, you can do that in a couple of ways, in a couple of places. But again, it hasn't really taken off just yet, because obviously everything's funding dependent.